The night was eerily silent in Helmand Province, Afghanistan, the kind of quiet that screamed danger lurked just beyond the shadows. A sudden crack of gunfire shattered the stillness, and whispers of an ambush sent chills down the spines of the soldiers. In the heart of this tension stood Kuno, a sleek, black Belgian Malinois with sharp eyes and an unwavering spirit, unaware that his greatest test was about to begin. Kuno served as a beacon of hope for his team, trained to detect improvised explosive devices, IEDs, and sniff out enemy presence. He had saved countless lives during his deployments, but it was on a fateful day in April 2011 that Kuno's name would be etched into military history. The mission was a high-stakes raid on a Taliban compound, a labyrinth of mud brick walls and hidden threats. Kuno's handler, Sergeant Liam Hayes, led the team with precision, relying on Kuno's keen senses to guide them through the danger. The unit moved silently under the cover of dusk, their boots crunching softly against the dusty ground. Kuno's ears twitched, his nose to the wind, as he signaled the presence of explosives buried just ahead. With a low growl, he alerted the team, allowing them to neutralize the IED before it could claim lives. But the mission took a deadly turn as they breached the compound. Gunfire erupted from the shadows, a hail of bullets cutting through the night. The Taliban fighters had been waiting, and the team was pinned down. Kuno, tethered to Liam by a reinforced leash, darted forward, his training kicking in. His job was to locate the enemy, to give his team the upper hand. As he rounded a corner, he spotted the muzzle flashes. 3 insurgents entrenched behind a barricade, their rifles trained on the soldiers. Without hesitation, Kuno lunged. His powerful jaws clamped onto the arm of the nearest fighter, dragging him to the ground. The man screamed, his weapon clattering away, but the other 2 opened fire. Bullets tore through the air, and Kuno took the brunt of the assault. One struck his left hind leg, shattering bone, while another grazed his right, sending him tumbling. Blood stained the sand, but Kuno's spirit remained unbroken. With a snarl of defiance, he crawled forward, dragging his wounded body toward the second insurgent. His teeth found their mark again, disabling the fighter and forcing the third to retreat in panic. The team seized the moment. Liam and the others surged forward, neutralizing the remaining threat and securing the compound. But as the dust settled, their eyes fell on Kuno. He lay panting, his legs mangled, his fur matted with blood. Liam dropped to his knees beside him, tears streaming down his face as he pressed a hand to Kuno's flank. "You did it, boy. You saved us," he whispered, his voice breaking. Then, out of nowhere, a faint rustle in the distance raised the hairs on their necks. Could the enemy be regrouping? The suspense hung heavy as medics rushed in, stabilizing Kuno on the battlefield. His injuries were severe. Both hind legs required extensive surgery, and the veterinarians weren't sure he'd ever walk again. If you enjoyed this gripping tale so far, please share it with your friends and subscribe for more heroic stories like Kuno's. Evacuated to a military hospital in Germany, Kuno underwent hours of operations, his survival a testament to his resilience. Prosthetic limbs were fitted, a high-tech solution to give him a chance at recovery. Against all odds, Kuno adapted. With time and tireless rehabilitation, he learned to move again, his spirit undimmed by the scars of war. Back home, Kuno's story spread like wildfire. The soldiers he'd saved spoke of his bravery, of how he'd taken bullets meant for them, of how his actions had turned the tide of battle. The British government recognized his heroism, awarding him the Dickin Medal, the animal equivalent of the Victoria Cross, in a ceremony attended by dignitaries and his tearful handler. Kuno stood proudly, his prosthetics gleaming, as the medal was placed around his neck. The crowd saluted, honoring not just Kuno but all the military working dogs who served silently alongside their human counterparts. Sergeant Liam, now retired, carried Kuno's memory with him every day. In quiet moments, he'd sit with Kuno on the porch of their small English cottage, the dog's head resting on his lap. "You chose to go forward," Liam would say, stroking Kuno's ears. "You took those bullets for me and the lads. You brought me home to my family." Kuno's eyes, wise and steady, seemed to understand, a bond forged in the crucible of war. Kuno's tail became a symbol of sacrifice and valor, a reminder that courage knows no species. He wasn't just a dog. He was a soldier who had faced the fire and emerged a hero. Though he no longer patrolled the battlefields, his spirit lived on, inspiring others with his unwavering loyalty. In the years that followed, Kuno enjoyed a peaceful retirement, surrounded by love and the gratitude of a nation. When he passed at the age of 12, a quiet hero's farewell, his ashes were interred with full military honors, his Dickin Medal placed beside him. Today, Kuno's legacy endures. A statue stands in his honor at the military base where he once trained, depicting a proud Malinois with prosthetic legs, his head held high. Visitors leave flowers and medals, paying tribute to the unsung heroes who serve beside humanity, asking for nothing but a chance to do their job. But as the wind whispers through the statue's base, a chilling thought lingers. Could Kuno's spirit still guard those who walk in his shadow? Thanks for watching this incredible story unfold.